Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku Was Crabdozer? And I know I said yesterday that I was going to make the What If Deku was or had the Nematrix, but this idea popped into my head before. So, without further ado, let's get into this. What if? So, I will add zooming, but I'm gonna introduce proper or new characters to this what if. So we got Mrs. Joker. Yeah. And she's basically the main villain of this storyline. And don't worry, All for One is still the symbol of evil, and yeah. So, then we got her apprentice, named Cat Ears, or Mr. Cat. Then we got the sniper, that's basically, and I forget her name. She's basically the she is like basically young. But her name is the Crystal Searcher. Basically, or actually, she's a crystal hunter or huntress. So when she can hunt down any monsters, similar to Kyber. But just to sell them. So, without further ado, let's get into this what if. So, there was a whole herd of crabdozers. And they used to roam the land. But some people want them for their own pets. To be abused kind of pets. So one by one, two by two, they all end up butchered. Or also butchered for their skin for, like, research stuff. So, but there is only one, smartest one. His name is Zuko Midoriya. And he is a crabdozer. He's only one of his species that basically wasn't captured. He could slip right through. Yeah. So he always be, he always wanted peace, not war. He always wants peace between his species and the humans. So, yeah. So then one day he was just making sure the surroundings was all clear, so then he drinks. So she used her capture skills. She captured him. You were more fun than anything. But then, when she basically looked at him, he didn't have, the powers to, basically make people fall in love with him. But she could tell that he has the feelings, as she thought, it's not your fault. She actually looked at him, but instead of because she took him to her her own place. Not to sell, but her own place that even no one knows about. As she lets him out. And she walks up to him. And she basically, no need to be afraid, little one. As she actually had love interest for him. Because of, he was the beautifulest creature in the world. So she ends up walks over as he's scared of her. But then she came closer, but instead, or a lot slow, as he's wondering what she's gonna do to him. But then she grabs him by the head, not pulls him out, but instead, not, as she actually kissed him right on the cheek. As his face starts to blush. So then he comes out slow, but he's wary of her, and he walks up to her and basically she tells him that you're the most beautiful as one, and and all that stuff. And he actually the she told him that she wants to be his wife, basically his own breeder, basically. As his face turns the brightest red, and as he uses one of his, like, big arms to cover his eyes, as he can't believe that someone was, that asked him out. As she's kind of also curious about him. Like, normally the other creatures that are the same species as Zuko, whom, as she said, as in her head, the same species as him normally charges at first sight. But he's kind of different. Yeah, so then but Zuko was born differently. He has all the same powers as the crabdozer, but he can evolve into a more human-like appearance. So, yeah. So then like this guy right here. So, or like that one anime where it's a spider girl, though, one where from her waist up, like from her hips up, she's human. But then from a waist down, she's all spider. Like a giant-sized spider. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's his evolution form. That he's one out of the entire herd. Hern was. Now, but so she ends up making him feel comfortable. There's, and over time, like time skip, she basically, like, he was at age of 15, because crabdozers age faster all the way to him. And she actually was born she was 5 years old when she discovered him. But then the time skipped to 15, and she ends up because his face is always red when so she basically because she actually gave him a bath before her. So she gave him the bath, and he was the only one left because all the other ones had either been butchered, studied on, or become the entertainment and for like, yeah, for the rest of their lives. So, yeah. So then so during the time skip, or so after a time skip thing about she joined UA as a pro hero, and Zuko is just, he's wondering as he's scared that, yeah, as she basically, or so during the time skip, they were mostly dating. To make him relaxed and have him. So, and so the government, after the time skip, when the government said, no more torturing these poor animals, they're going extinct. So then they're like, oh man, they're already going extinct. And so there's none of them left. But they didn't know about Zuku's is still alive. So when I need more Herm. So then she joins the she meets up with All For One, and she basically wanted to use humans as the entertainment. Basically, she didn't want to use her own, like, servants as entertainment. But but she ends thinking about, like, using, like, people like Ochako, Maya, and, like, every person from Class 1A, or every person from the USJ, or no, UA, and everybody around. So then a time skip, because I'm not, I want to get to the fun part, where I'm adding the music. So, and what is this one? Okay. So, yeah. So, it is a time skip to All Might versus All For One. But in this What If universe, it was All Might versus All For One, and the Mrs. Clown, or Miss Joker, or Miss, not Harley Quinn, but her name is Miss Jokes, Miss Jokester, or Joker. Yeah, I know there's a character, she's a pro hero called Miss Jokes, but this is a different, I created a singing version, and Yeah. And this girl is called, actually, her name is Miss Circus. So, All for One was down, but not out, but he's injured. But, yeah. So then she basically shows up. And then there's the song. What is the song? Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry. So then, out of nowhere, before their death, like before the All for One and Miss Circus shoots their laser cannon, this big boy comes out. And like he jumps over all my and his beloved girlfriend and took the hit. And as he didn't even have a single scratch on him. As All for One's eyes lit up. Because, yeah, he isn't, he's in his prime. So, yeah, because the court doctor found a way to use the blood of the crabdozer and reverse the process of aging and gave it to All for One. And so All for One is now in his prime. So then when he saw, is that crabdozer? As a monstrous voice, where he roars as he charges right at, as he did pierce right through the All for One's chest, all the way through, and like takes it off. So then Miss Circus is like, you're the only one left of your species. Everyone, all your species is dead and gone. Now it's time. And she pulls out a knife and stabs him in the neck, right between, to kill him. As the monster dies, so he's like, oh well, now I'm gonna use the humans because, but my most favorite person to use is, as she points to her yeah, for entertainment. But then out of nowhere, a hand comes out of nowhere and grabs her by the horn, or actually by the shoulder pad, as a voice comes out, "You will not hurt my friend." Or as he tosses, as Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Yeah. So then she basically got sent flying through the thing, or right through the building, and as he looked like that. And yeah, Zuko had human, like from a waist or from the hips up, like what you see, as he says, no one should ever hurt my friends, or no one should ever turn my species into whatever you chosen. As he crawls right up to the clown girl, and he picks her up and headbutts her and like basically punching her around like a little rag doll, sending her flying as he's just like mad. As he was just uppercuts her, sending her like, yeah. As he's punched down, and yeah, that girl was no more. She was dead from all the blood lost. As she says, you defeated me. Now I'm gonna explode. As Zuko's like, not on my one. As he picks her up and like basically, he opens his mouth and he puts her right inside of his stomach. As the explosion boom. Burp. Yeah, it came out as a burp. So yeah, Zuko was pretty upset that someone was turning his friends, or no, his species into entertainment, all that stuff. As he turns around and he walks over, as he leans down, and he sticks his hand out, as he picks her up. He picks his girlfriend, theme, as he did kiss her right on the lips. As, yeah, he did, as she chose a right person, or right creature. As he, yeah, as everyone was shocked when when they saw his evolution. As he says, as they can't believe that he was the only one that could evolve into a more human-like appearance. As he just he agrees. So then as a government guy asked him a bunch of questions about is there any other similar species to you that did what you did? Well, no, I'm the only one that could evolve. Because my powers, I still had the same powers as them, but mine was also evolved, or evolving. And what I mean by that is basically, or what he means by that is basically he has, you know how Nematrix, or wait, Ultramatrix, or whatever that's called? From Ben 10 Omniverse version? Here. Ben 10 Ultimate Tricks. So like this one, then, you know how like they evolve into like much more powerful form? Well, yeah, much more powerfulest version. It's like the ultimate. Yeah. If you guys want me to do basically a ultimate, and then, basically Omnitrix thing, let me know in the comments below. But, yeah, so after they asked him a bunch of questions, he went to her place, as she loves him visiting, or she loves him when, yeah. So they were both dating, and so he time skipped to the future. He does join UA, and he becomes the first ever crabdozer, her species, that ever became official pro hero, as he could sense the forget his name, the not Omnitrix, the Class 1A, where is he? Oh, there it is. This guy, MEZMAZO. This guy right here. So when they both visit, as he says, it must have been hard for you to, become extinct species. Ezekiel says, yeah. But the crabdozer Zuku, or actually, they, instead of calling him just crabdozer, she decided called him Zuku who. So, and this version of Zuku was tall. Like, he looks down, or he had to look down to make sure when he's talking to somebody. Yeah, because he is the tallest person. Like, imagining his, yeah. He was tall. So, so yeah, so then he talks about his past life, or no, his past, and as Zuko says, I feel bad for you. I thought I was the only one that had terrible backstory thing. Yeah. As he says, don't worry, man. We'll make sure to prove that in your goal, my consent, your goal is to have, or is similar to mine, to make humans understand that we're not a threat. Yeah. And all I wanted was for my species and you humans to go exist in the same world instead of what this came out as. As he says, yeah, I agree. So then, yeah. So then a time skip to the future where she is now 20 years old. And Zuko and her, or actually she was, 20, or no, 18. Sorry, my brain's having between 20 and 18. So 18, I'll just say that. She's 18 years old and she just got married to Zuko. And she basically had a lot of kids with him. Basically a lot of little crabdozers running around, like a bunch of things. As Zuko was tells her that be careful. And both of them did become pro heroes. But so he basically mostly stays home. Or not mostly, but sometimes he stays home because of his work. So he basically is trying to balance himself out. And she became a villain hunter. Yeah, so basically she hunts down villains and traps them. And because of Zuko's technology, or actually his smart, she actually made special types of traps that shrink the person down. Yeah. So, yeah. So now, please make sure. And you might be wondering what happened to her. Or him. And what happened to her. Well, both of them went to jail for the crimes against, making the Zuku's species is extinct. And they did not have a good time because the villains that were there, half of the boys out there abused her. Pretends it's a girl. Yeah, and some of the girls that were in there abused him too. Not a way that you think. Yeah. So, yeah. So now this is going to be the end of the what if. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and do all that fun stuff. And have a good night or day. Depends on the time zones. Peace.